Many are just now realizing that the names of Taehyung and Jungkook have been secretly weaponized in a massive financial scandal worth billions of won. And believe it or not, the mastermind behind this fraud wasn't a stranger, but someone with direct access to their industry. ARMY truly never expected that Taekook's monumental global popularity would be intentionally used as perfect bait by high-level criminals. Even internal corporate documents were masterfully forged to execute this insane scheme. Don't skip this video, because what was just revealed in court will leave you completely shocked. Halo Pacinta Kpop. Selamat datang kembali di channel Taekook Diary. Tempat kita berbagi momen hangat dan cerita menarik tentang Taehyung dan Jungkook yang selalu bikin ARMY salah fokus. Just yesterday, the South Korean media completely exploded with shocking legal headlines that left the entire industry in absolute disbelief. While most fans were heavily focused on the chilling updates regarding Jungkook's stalker case, a much larger financial storm was quietly brewing right behind the scenes. It turns out that the legendary names of Taehyung and Jungkook were secretly weaponized by high-level criminals to orchestrate massive financial scams worth billions of won. These highly sophisticated operations involved forged corporate documents, phantom investment setups, and fake merchandise contracts that completely shook the core of the entertainment industry. The most heartbreaking part of this situation is that these perpetrators intentionally exploited the global popularity of Taekook as bait, knowing that any project associated with them would instantly attract investors. The Seoul District Court has finally begun dismantling this dark underworld network piece by piece. Let us deeply examine the very first major case, which directly involves the former publisher of the highly prominent magazine, Rolling Stone Korea, who is legally identified by the surname Yum. The judge has officially handed down a suspended prison sentence because Yum was found guilty of running a fraudulent contract scheme centered around official clothing lines that heavily capitalized on exclusive photos of Taehyung and Jungkook. To break down the timeline, back in the middle of 2021, Yum alongside a criminal accomplice manipulated an incredibly wealthy investor. He falsely claimed that his media company held the absolute copyright over those iconic Taekook photos and promised they could manufacture and distribute official premium apparel on a global scale. Seeing the prestigious reputation of the publisher and the undeniable global charm of Taehyung and Jungkook, this investor eagerly jumped into the trap without a single doubt, handing over massive down payments. The deception did not stop there, as this publisher named Yum continuously exploited the situation by demanding additional massive loans under the guise of covering corporate establishment costs for their joint venture. The total financial damage suffered by the victim eventually skyrocketed to well over 100 million won. In reality, Yum's company was facing extreme financial distress and was virtually on the brink of total bankruptcy. This scammer deliberately fabricated lies stating that hundreds of millions of won would be flowing into their accounts very soon just to pacify the anxious victim. The investor only realized the truth after all the funds were transferred, at which point both criminals completely vanished from the office and blocked all communication. During the recent trial, the court emphasized that the explicit promise of a Taehyung and Jungkook business was the decisive reason the victim invested. Yum received a 1-year suspended sentence. However, the shocking scandals involving the names of Taehyung and Jungkook did not merely stop with external media executives. There is another massive case that has made the public completely furious because it represents a brutal inside job, an ultimate betrayal from within the agency itself. This disturbing incident took place directly inside the high-security walls of the HYBE main headquarters located right in the Yongsan district. A former team leader of Big Hit Music, referred to as Individual A, heartlessly weaponized his high-ranking corporate position to execute a nearly identical fraud scheme. His entire method was incredibly calculated, intentionally exploiting a highly emotional period for the global fanbase. At that specific time, Taehyung and Jungkook were actively preparing for their monumental solo promotions right before enlistment. This specific transition era was twisted by the insider to lure victims into a massive financial trap. This former team leader approached his target and presented a highly confidential investment deal that seemed completely authentic. He claimed that the agency was secretly raising emergency funds to manufacture premium, exclusive merchandise to be distributed to fans globally during the solo eras of Taehyung and Jungkook. The perpetrator promised immensely high returns in a short period, confidently banking on the unparalleled popularity of Taekook, which requires absolutely no introduction, trusting him blindly because he was a legitimate insider holding a high rank at Big Hit. The victim fell deeply into the snare, sending funds repeatedly until the total amount reached a staggering 570 million won. The criminal executed this operation 17 times without triggering internal security alerts. Fortunately, the court dragged him to justice and handed down a strict sentence, exposing the dark depths of human greed. Now, while those two previous cases targeted wealthy individual investors, this third scandal operated on a vastly superior scale because it deliberately targeted international production networks. A group of independent managers went so far as to fully forge internal Big Hit corporate documents just to sell a completely fictional Southeast Asian tour for BTS. Concert promoters across multiple countries, including Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand, fell victim to this massive scam, resulting in total losses exceeding 15 billion won. What makes this case truly terrifying is the sheer level of professional forgery involved. They completely cloned the precise formatting of Big Hit's top-secret files, duplicated official corporate seals, and masterfully forged the signatures of highest-ranking executives including Bang Si-hyuk himself. They explicitly targeted Southeast Asia because they knew the fanbase for Taekook here is massive. So how exactly did this fictional concert scam manage to survive for nearly 10 full months without being detected by the media? The chilling answer lies in the brilliant psychological manipulation tactics utilized by the perpetrators. They stamped every single page of the forged contracts with a bright red confidential label and integrated incredibly strict non-disclosure clauses. The scammer strictly warned the investors that if anyone leaked a single word about this upcoming Taehyung and Jungkook tour before it was fully finalized, the entire multi-million-dollar deal would be immediately cancelled. Out of sheer panic and fear of losing a historic golden opportunity, the victims remained completely silent and continued transferring millions of dollars. Big Hit only discovered this massive scam when a highly suspicious investor finally forwarded screenshots of the fake notice directly to the management team. This entire chain of shocking events serves as concrete proof that being a global superstar at the level of Taehyung and Jungkook carries an overwhelming amount of danger. Their immaculate names and hard work are constantly targeted by greedy individuals looking for quick fortunes. From fake merchandise and phantom investments to the ticket fraud networks currently sweeping across army communities in Southeast Asia. This is an endless defensive battle that the agency and the members must face daily just to maintain a secure environment for all of us. Now, seeing the incredible complexity of these massive scams that continuously exploit Taekook, what are your personal thoughts on this matter? Do you think the current entertainment industry regulations are tight enough to fully protect our idols? Leave your theories in the comments, hit like, share this video, and subscribe to Taekook Diary.